Since June, flash floods in Pakistan have killed more than 1,000 people and displaced millions across the country.
Let's turn to Pakistan now, where there are now fears of acute food shortages after the series of devastating floods have led to just over 1,200 deaths.
पूरी सड़क पर पानी जिस तरह आया हुआ है, जितने भी देहात सामने मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं, वो तमाम के तमाम गांव जो हैं वो इस वक्त पानी से डूब चुके हैं.
This is just part of the global trend that's been seen in the past couple of years. In Australia and in the United States, wildfires prompted a mass climate-induced migration and that resulted in millions being displaced from their homes. A cyclone prompted the mass migration of millions in Bangladesh and neighboring countries. Where lives and livelihoods become too insecure and it becomes impossible to live in a country, displacement becomes the only option. 2008 से 2.5 करोड़ लोग displaced हुए हैं around the world because of climate-induced disasters. This is way more than people that have been displaced because of conflict. This begs the question whether the international legal frameworks in place are equipped to deal with climate-induced displacement. Legally speaking, there is no concept of climate refugee in international law. In international law, in the 1951 Refugee Convention, a refugee is defined as a person who is unable or unwilling to return to their country of origin owing to a well-founded fear of persecution for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or political opinion. It needs to be noted that climate or induced disasters or any kind of natural disaster is not covered within this definition. تو سوال اب یہ اٹھتا ہے کہ جو ہزاروں کروڑوں لوگ بلوچستان کے اندر بے گھر ہو گئے ہیں، جو ہمارا انٹرنیشنل لیگل فریم ورک ہے اس کے اندر ہم ان لوگوں کو کیا کہیں گے؟ پہلا سوال یہ ہے کہ جو ابھی ایگزسٹنگ ریفیوجی کنونشن ہے اس کے اندر جو ڈیفینیشن ہے ریفیوجی کی اس کو ہم ایکسپینڈ کر سکتے ہیں اینڈ کین وی پٹ اے کلائمیٹ ریفیوجی ود ان دا ڈیفینیشن آف اے ریفیوجی. دا ایشو ود دیٹ ریمینز از دیٹ بیکمز اے سلپری سلوپ. For instance, as is someone who flees from poverty from a country, will that person also become a refugee? And so expanding the definition of refugee under the Refugee Convention is not a viable solution. For now, the answer lies in international human rights law. Non-refoulement provisions in international human rights law, which is now part of international customary law, particularly forbid states from returning an individual to a country where there are life-threatening situations. Pakistan produces less than 1% of global greenhouse gas emissions, yet is experiencing some of the worst effects of climate change. This means Pakistan will increasingly be faced with the issue of climate-induced migration. It is high time that Pakistan and the international community come up with a domestic and international legal framework that takes into account climate-induced migration and related issues that are associated with it.